Come on, dude, let's go. What's up, everyone? I'm Josh Dyack, and welcome to One Track Mind. For those of you who missed out on the first episode last week, I'm currently counting down my top 10 lines of 23. Last week, I shared my number 10 line, which was a high-speed descent down a sort of double couloir, if you will. You'll find high speed to be a common trend on this series because, well, quite simply, I like to haul ass. And my number 9 pick for the season has no shortage of speed. It's a line I'm calling the hole shot. Why hole shot, you might ask? Let's dive into the story. It all starts a few years back when we were filming for my passion project called Mountain State. If you haven't seen either of the films yet, I suggest checking out the link in the description. Anyway, about 5 years ago, I saw a photo of this random mountain out in the middle of nowhere, Nevada called Hole in the Mountain Peak. It was a steep, rugged, gnarly face. It looked like it belonged somewhere in the Alps, not in the middle of Nevada. I was instantly obsessed and couldn't stop thinking about ripping down this nasty face. Years later, the day came where I found myself standing at the base of this giant.
In all her glory. Running a little bit later than I wanted. I was hoping to be at the base around this time, but I'm gonna keep pushing, keep an eye on how warm things are getting, and take it from there.
I was excited and eager to ski this predominant couloir. And although the snow conditions were shit, I still felt I could rip the face at high speed. It turned out that was a bad decision. It was literally first turn in when an ice crust swallowed my skis and sent me ass over tea kettle. In this moment, I knew that if I tumbled more than once, that I'd likely ragdoll the entire face and more than likely die. So having this realization, I committed to the fall, threw myself into a front flip, had to straight line to regain control. In a last-ditch effort to shut down my speed, I threw my skis sideways. I tumbled one last time before finally coming to a stop on the edge of the couloir. It was one of the scariest moments of my life, and I was very lucky to walk away that day. The thing is, I'm stubborn as hell, and I hate losing, and you can imagine how badly I wanted redemption. The following week, I was already plotting and awaiting my return to Hole in the Mountain.
Been obsessing over this for the last 2 months, hoping to get back out here and finally talk some buddies into coming out with me. Hopefully we can get some good corn on this zone and ski some fun lines. Well, it was worth a try. I'm at the base of where the whole shit went down. I think it snowed about a foot last week, and all that snow shed off the mountain, and it's gonna be some heinous skiing. So we got that going for us.
It was late spring though, and my window of opportunity was closing. The writing was on the wall. I'd have to wait for another season. The following year, I was keeping a close eye on the weather, so when the opportunity arose, I was ready to strike. I headed out there with my good buddies, Stan Ray and Hazen Wilson.
All right, first day back in the Mountain State, catching the first sunrise, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't super excited. Can see Hole in the Mountain zone on the horizon there. Excited to get back into it. Excited to get some redemption. Hopefully the snow's a little better than last year. It's been super windy, so I don't have high hopes, but I have high hopes just to ski it safely and have a good day. So fired up to get in there and see what these mountains look like.
Our first day on the mountain, Stan and I went straight for the couloir. As we entered into the basin, it was obvious that the winds had left their mark on the snow. The exit of the couloir was a mix of windboard and breakable crust, which left me a little apprehensive to come flying out at full speed.
Looks a little wind hammered in there, so just gonna take her nice and slow and not mess it up this time. Redemption.
This was a bit of a bummer for me because I intended to ski the couloir in a mostly straight fashion. Luckily, the snow in the couloir was protected, making for a slog of a hike, but great conditions for skiing.
Yeah, dude. Nice work, man.
Dude, our trench from hiking up is crazy.
Yeah.
And it's probably gonna make skiing a little hard. Here we go. Keep it together, buddy.
Okay, I'm a little nervous to make a turn.
In a way, it was slightly bittersweet for me, making slow, controlled turns down a line that I had planned on ripping down. But still, I was over the top and psyched to ski a line that almost took my life the year before. So, there you have it. That's the whole shot, right? I don't think so. There's more to this story. Let's get back into it. After skiing the couloir, Stan and I shared a couple high fives, ate some lunch, and while we were eating, I noticed this narrow southeast facing couloir. It looked steep, techy, and beautiful. I was fired up to check it out. As we got to the base of the coulee, Stan and I split ways as he hiked up a nasty little line of his own. I hiked up the slightly icy couloir, but felt the snow was softening as I hiked up, which opened the door to ski this line full speed.
It's a little different world over here on this side of the mountain. Holding the mountain over here where we just skied, and now we're on this nice south-facing slope. Got this beauty couloir. This thing looks super fun. Excited for this. Spring skiing now, spring break. Here we go.
When I topped out on this peak, I remember turning around and staring at Hole in the Mountain peak and just feeling so grateful and so fortunate to be alive and to be standing there amongst these beautiful mountains. At that point, I geared up, radioed to Hazen that I was ready, and moments later, I was full gas pinned down the couloir. The run out was rollerballed, icy, and fast. Slightly sketchy, but mostly perfect in my eyes.
Woo! Yeah!
Honestly, this line was the icing on the cake after an already perfect day in the mountains.
Oh my god. I tried to do a big turn coming out of the chute, and I was like, oh, this is not good turning. So it's just a straight line. Hang on for dear life.
Through all those bumps, my skis were like boom, boom.
Oh man. Those...
Reliving these moments and putting this episode together literally gave me goosebumps. It made me so grateful for my friends, my family, my community, and this amazing life that I live. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed putting it together. And on that note, that's it. That's this week's episode of One Track Mind. Don't forget to tune in next week for my number 8 pick of 23. It's another heater from the depths of Nevada. Have a great week, y'all.